Hi, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Roadrunner Rundown. I'm Vance Palm, your host. This is episode 3, and this is September 19, 2017. Pleasure to have you with us. We have a lot to get to today. Later in the show, right here next to me, the supernova cross-country runner for the CSUB Roadrunners, Angel Valdez. I cannot wait to speak to her and talk about her record-setting season. But this show is packed with highlights. We have a lot to get to, so let's get it rolling. We will start with women's soccer. CSUB women's soccer team hosted UNLV on Friday evening to open the weekend's festivities, despite coming close to another overtime game with the score tied 1-1 the 81st minute. The Roadrunners fell to the Rebels by a score of 2-1. The Runners battled it out in the first half and led the Rebels in shots on goal 8-7. The second half got underway as Rebels took an early lead in the 51st. Sophie Cortez took a pass from Michaela Morris and netted it right into the goal for the first time. In the 67th minute, UNLV took Amaya Settles down. There's the penalty kick into the box. It was lined up for by redshirt Alexa Oriante, who netted the penalty kick, giving the Runners the equalizer. It was Oriante's 4th goal on the season, 2nd on the team. Roadrunner goalie Jordan Beltram did her best to keep the Runners even, deflecting Rebel Kayla Brinkman's shot just wide. Bertram had a season-high 7 saves, but the Rebels kept on coming. Michaela Morris with a nice drop pass to Sophie Cortez, who put it past Beltram for a 2-1 lead. Despite outshooting the Rebels 19-16, the Runners could not get past goaltender Jordan Sally, who had 9 saves on the night. Look at Jordan, point blank range, another block, then hustles and runs it down right here. So Jordan Sally saves the evening for the running Rebels. A big night, but the Runners hang on, fight as much as they could. Couldn't get it past. Look at the goaltending by Jordan Sally. Great job there, Jordan, even though you're not a Roadrunner. Nice job. The Roadrunner women's soccer team watched a first-half lead slip away on Sunday afternoon as the Roadrunners were defeated at home against Sacramento State 3-1. CSUB looked the better team in the first half. Redshirt junior Alexa Oriante stole the ball away from a defender in the 19th minute and finished to put CSUB up 1-0, her 2nd goal of the weekend and her 5th of the season. However, the Hornets sprinted out of the locker room and scored 2 goals in the opening 10 minutes of the second half. In the 67th minute, Sac State took a 3-1 lead on Ariana Nino's 1st goal of the season. The Runners applied some ample pressure, including putting a pair of headers on frame. The first was saved by the quick hands of Sac State keeper Alaya Fasili. And the second half found the post as CSUB unable to score in the second half. Sac State 5-4-0 outshot the Roadrunners 11-5 in the second half, 19-11 in the match. The Runners earned 1 more corner kick in the game than the Hornets, and sophomore goalkeeper Jordan Beltram had 5 saves on Sunday. Next up, volleyball. Momentum was the name of the game in CSU Bakersfield Volleyball's home opener Tuesday night against Cross Valley foe Fresno State. The two teams traded the first 4 sets before the Bulldogs edged CSUB in the final set for a 3-2 victory in the Icardo Center. On to the graphics. The opening set was tight. CSUB holding the biggest lead of the set at 13-8. From there, Fresno State won 10 of the next 11 points to take an 18-14 lead. The Runners battled back and came within 2 late in the game, but a kill by Lauren Torres gave the Bulldogs a 25-23 victory. Junior Madison DeGarmo paced the Runners with 7 kills and a .778 hitting percentage in the opening frame. Bulldogs win that one 25-23. Set 2 started out tight, but CSUB pulled away to take a 20-13 lead. The CSUB offense firing on all cylinders as Bakersfield took a 25-16 win to tie the match at 1 set apiece. Redshirt senior Haley Roberts was a perfect 6 for 6 to help lead the way. Great job, Haley. The Bulldogs managed to pull out another tight win in the 3rd set, this time 25-21. Fresno State's leading hitter, Taylor Slover, recorded 6 kills, and setter Madeline Haltman had 10 assists. CSUB's Sydney Wicks and Fabiana Andrade each had 7 assists for the Runners as Fresno State took a 2-1 lead. But man, the Runners looking good there, even though it's a 25-21 loss in that 3rd one. The 4th set featured another dominant win for the Runners, again by a score of 25-16. The Bulldogs kept the set close early at 10-10, but an 8-3 run by CSUB opened the gap. Redshirt senior Sydney Haynes had 6 kills in set 4, while Emily Lopes recorded 8 digs, 25-16. Go Runners! In the deciding set, neither team led by more than 2 points, and the score was tied at 13 apiece. A CSUB service error gave the Bulldogs a match point, and Slover put away the final kill to take the set 15-13 and the match 3-2. The Runners were led by DeGarmo's season-high 16 kills. 3 other runners, Haynes, Roberts, and junior Brianna Mariner, had 15, 12, and 12 respectively. All had double-digit kill totals as well. Andrade recorded her 5th double-double of the season with 38 assists and 11 digs, while Wicks chipped in for 24 assists. Lopes finished the night with 27 digs, and senior Alexandra Djordjevic added 7 kills and 10 digs. So the Lady Runners with a really, really nice showing against Fresno State at home. In other volleyball action, the Runners went 2-1 in the UC Irvine Long Beach State Tournament over the weekend, defeating University of San Francisco and Montana State in straight sets. But they did drop the late Saturday match against the host, UC Irvine 0-3. Wow, that is a lot of information right out of the get-go. When we come back, we'll have more results from men's soccer and women's golf, so stick around. You're watching the Roadrunner Rundown.
For nearly 80 years, Current Schools Federal Credit Union has been helping generations of local people achieve local dreams. What started as a tiny office in the basement of Bakersfield High School, where receipts were kept in a shoebox, has grown to become the largest financial institution headquartered in Kern County. And local matters. Through the years, we've been witness to families and friends passing their Current Schools tradition down from one generation to the next. And we always have room for more. So be sure to start your Current Schools family tradition today. Current Schools. Together, we have something special.
It's the car you've always dreamed of, but didn't think you could afford till now. And right now at Mercedes-Benz of Bakersfield, you can get exceptional offers on remaining 2017s in stock, including CE and GLE, like a 2017 C300 sedan. Lease one now for only $339 per month. This is clearly where affordability meets luxury. Remember, these offers on 2017 Mercedes-Benz are for a limited time only. So this time, why not make your dream a reality? Mercedes-Benz of Bakersfield in the Auto Mall.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor. It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
Welcome back to the Roadrunner Rundown, everybody. I'm so excited because in the next segment, we're going to have what I call the supernova of Roadrunner's women's soccer, a women's cross-country team. Angel Valdez is going to be here. Looking forward to talking to her about her record-setting seasons so far. But before that, we have more to get to. This is the Roadrunner Rundown. It's the show about you, for you, and here we go. Let's get into men's soccer. The men's soccer team was in Las Vegas over the weekend playing in the Johan Memorial Classic on the UNLV campus. On Friday night, the Runners took the Gonzaga team on. They kept it close in the first half, going to break at 1-1 tied. Sebastian Mental scored the Roadrunners' only goal of the game. Then on Sunday, CSUB faced St. Francis in Pennsylvania. Dieter Bell had a record 6 saves in the second half, but that was not enough as the Red Flash from St. Francis defeated the Runners 2-1 in overtime. Anthony Negrete scored the only CSUB goal in the 61st minute off an assist from freshman Victor Romero. As expected, Dieter Bell was named to the All-Tournament team, along with Jeremy Chiron, also named to the All-Tournament team. On to women's golf. The Roadrunners women's golf team was in Utah at the Hobble Creek Fall Classic last week and showed continued improvement as the team lowered their best score by 11 strokes in the third and final round. The team continues to raise the bar as all golfers scored in the 70s on the final day. That's impressive. Of the tournament, with Tori Pierce leading the way with a plus 374. Pierce also tied for the 5th best 54-hole individual score in CSUB history and finished 27th overall. The women will return to action September 30th at the Wyoming Cowgirl Desert Intercollegiate in Palm Desert. Now, we're going to take another break in just a moment, but before we do, so many of you enjoyed the outtakes and the intakes and the overall photos from Photo Day, the video of it. We have some more for you. Check this out. You're going to love it. When we come back, Angel Valdez right after this on the Roadrunner Rundown.
If you call Kern County home, then you can bank with Kern Schools Federal Credit Union. It's that simple. From savings and checking accounts to home and auto loans to the latest in online and mobile technology, Kern Schools is here to be your lifelong financial partner. And whether you like traditional banking or prefer to handle your finances online, we can meet all your needs. To open your Kern Schools account today, simply visit a branch or go online. With online account opening, you won't even have to come visit us. Just one more way Kern Schools is here to make your life easier so your dreams and goals become reality. Kern Schools. Together, we have something special.
What shall I do to put myself by your side? What shall I do to put myself along by your side.
It's the car you've always dreamed of, but didn't think you could afford till now. And right now at Mercedes-Benz of Bakersfield, you can get exceptional offers on remaining 2017s in stock, including CE and GLE, like a 2017 C300 sedan. Lease one now for only $339 per month. This is clearly where affordability meets luxury. Remember, these offers on 2017 Mercedes-Benz are for a limited time only. So this time, why not make your dream a reality? Mercedes-Benz of Bakersfield in the Auto Mall.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor.
It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Roadrunner Rundown. Before we even talk Roadrunner Rundown, we're talking high school football with an East High Blade. Angel she wanted to know who won the game last weekend, but see, this is all college, just a college show, but from an Arvin Bear and an East High Blade, we're getting after it here in local Kern County stuff. Welcome back to the Roadrunner Rundown. Vance Palm here. Pleasure to have Angel Valdez. I told her I've been hyping her the first two shows, so hey, we got her on this show. First of all, great to have you. Thanks for being back here. You've been on the show before last year, so.
Thanks for having me.
You got it. Good to have you with us. Okay, I have some questions for you. I might mix it up just a little bit, but first, more than anything, I want to start with the obvious question: how the season's going. We've been reading your numbers and some impressive personal bests. Let's talk about your season so far up to today.
Well, so far, I'm just feeling really good. Probably one of my healthiest seasons, most fit. Definitely did a lot of training over the summer to prepare, so I think that made the huge difference. And just more just on a team level, we are looking better than we have in years, definitely. So that's really what's getting me excited.
I want to talk about the training aspect of it. In my senior year in high school, to prep for basketball, I ran cross country, 1 year only, just 3 milers out in the great vineyards out there. What a wake-up call. What a wake-up call.
Yeah.
The 3 mile race day, we were always kind of pumped for that, but it's the other 5 days where we're running out in the vineyards and we're running up to the cross and we're running all over the place. Let's talk about your training this summer and prepping for this school year. Kind of walk us through your training a little bit.
Okay, well, I got married over the summer. So
Yes,
I got married, so I took a break.
That wasn't in my notes. It wasn't in my notes.
I took a break for a whole month before then, and then after the wedding, I was like, all right, time to get to work. So then I called all the girls up. We all figured out a time and place when we were going to meet, and so we all got together, and we ran 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday, every day at 6:30, sometimes 6 during the heat wave, because it was just, even at 6 a.m., it was literally 88 degrees. It was nuts. So yeah, we all worked together, and I talked to them about what pace they should be doing and who they should be running with each other. And so yeah, no, that was a lot of work, but it was pulling teeth sometimes. I know everyone wants to enjoy their summer, but I'm like, come on, guys. Because our season's so short when the year starts. You only have 2 months, and then that's not enough time to get in shape. You have to start, with that conditioning there.
So if I'm a freshman runner and you're calling me to go run, you're a record setter, you're a senior, and you're married. So the freshman runners, it's awfully difficult to say no to you, right?
Yeah, it is actually.
I never thought about that. Hey, my mom, my senior, this girl on my team, she's calling me. She's a senior, she's the leader, she's breaking records, and she's married, Mom.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got a great question. I'm going to ask you this. I've always wanted to know when I watch you superstars when you run, what does it feel like at the end of the race as you come across the finish line mentally and physically? And I know there might be some obvious answers. Hey, I'm really tired. But let's just walk through how quickly in your mind you start evaluating the race. What's your body talking to you about? What happens right when you cross the finish line?
Right when you cross that finish line, they always tell you, don't stop walking. And you're like, okay. I just finished the race. So you really want to stop, but you're like, okay, I got to keep walking. You got to turn all your stuff. And you start thinking, the first thing I think of is I turn around and I'm like, did they come in yet? Like my teammates, I'm like, when are they coming in? Watching the clock, and I want to know how they do. That's usually one of my first things. I'm like, where are they? How close are they to me today? Like how close are we all coming in? So I'm
That's
constantly asking around. I'm like, hey, where did they finish? Or, you know, if I miss them, if I'm like getting a drink of water and I miss it, and then I'm just constantly trying to play catch up right when I finish the race. I'm like, where did everyone finish? And I think about what place I finished and what my time was, and I start trying to piecing together where the team is after that.
That's a great answer. Perfect. Now, so how about during the race? I remember when I was running, the only thing in my mind was, oh God, get me to the finish line. But that's not your sake. You're a real runner. What's going through your mind when it's happening, when you're in the moment?
Okay, well, you really, especially with cross country, you are racing girls. It's just all about chasing bodies, you know what I mean? So the first mile, you got to get in the hunt, because if you lose those girls from the beginning, it's going to be really hard to catch up later. So as I started improving, I started getting closer and closer and closer to that front pack, you know, that front hunt, that top 5, 10, 15 girls that go out, you know. And so I'm starting to go out with those girls now, because that's where I need to be. And so it is challenging as from my improving. So like my first mile, my last race, I was like, wow, that was a fast mile. And so it's getting used to that, like, okay, no, this is where I need to be now. And you know, the middle of the race, I love racing the middle of the race. That is my favorite part of any race. That's usually where you see who is going to make it or break it in that race. You will see where girls are going to start falling off and who's going to keep going, you know. And so that's usually where I make the most moves, is the very middle, that second mile. You are just catching girls one after one after one as they get tired, and I always work that second mile. So that one's my favorite. The third mile, that is the the struggle for me personally. Some people, they strive that they're like, I'm almost done, you know. I'm going to go all out. But for me personally, that's always like, okay, you know, that's where I have to really buckle down again, because that second mile I was working so hard. So the third mile I kind of have to, you know, reload and, you know, reevaluate where I am. And then that last mile is where you just have to just hold your spot, or if you can, pick off the last one. So my last race, at the start of the third mile, I was in 12th. And I was like, oh, I'm pretty up there. And so I saw 4 girls in front of me, and I was like, well, I could catch them.
Wow.
So
did you catch them?
I caught them. So I finished. I kept picking them off, and eventually I saw only 4 girls in front of me, and I was like, "Oh, hey, cool! I only have 4 left." But they were at that point. I was like, "I'm gonna try to hold on to this number 5 spot," and then one caught me the last 200. But I was still very proud of myself for catching 6 girls that last mile.
Absolutely. We're speaking with Angel Valdez from the women's cross country team. Tell us about your personal bests this season. Very exciting stuff.
Yes. So my 4K is a 14:55, and my 5K, I believe, was 18. Was it 18? I don't even know. My coach always tells me, but I know I need to break 18, so that's why I'm not even worried about it, because I'm going to break 18 my next 5K. That's the goal. So I'm already moving on to the next
The
thing.
last person in the world I'm going to disagree with about anything is Angel Valdez, let alone her times.
Yeah.
All right, so when Karen Langston and myself and Kyle were putting the show together, we were coming up with some questions. And one thing I did not know about you, that I was prepped on this, is that, first of all, you're an excellent student, almost a 3.9 GPA, 3.89 to be exact. But you're into math.
Yes.
You're one of those people.
I am
You're one
a mathematician.
of those people that's into math. Well, here, I'll put my glasses on so I look like my math.
Yeah.
I'm into math too, Angel. All right, so
Yes.
what got you into math, and how does that help you in your running, if it does at all?
It does.
I can imagine the way you're telling me how you're calculating during the race.
Yeah.
Let's talk about
math. Yeah. So with math, I've always loved math. I think in kindergarten they ask you, what was your favorite subject? What was your favorite song? I think I said math at 5 years old. I'm pretty sure I've always loved it. So it's always come easy to me. I just think of it as puzzles almost. You know, it's kind of just putting things together. But yeah, and I had a really good high school teacher, Mr. Sanders. I don't know if he's watching, but
we'll get him online. We'll get him on Runners Online.
He was a really big motivation to me to be a math teacher, because he was so passionate. You know, if people picture a math teacher, they picture, X plus Y, and they picture this boring, person. And he was so passionate and excited about math. And I was like, wow, I like math, and that's awesome to have a teacher that likes it too, And, there's really, really great teachers out there. And that's why I want to be a math teacher because of that reason, because I want to be an inspiring and passionate math teacher as well.
You are. So when you're running, when you're in that middle spot, in the middle of the race, are you able to go, okay, 4K or whatever it is divided by this time. That are you doing mathematical equations while you're running? No, it's a serious question. Are you able to do it? You just look at the watch and you look at the watch.
More so, I do, because in track it's 400 meters, so I'm just constantly counting up. Like if I should be hitting 87 seconds on every lap, then I'll keep adding every lap. I'm like, okay, where should I be? How many? Okay, so I should be at 3 minutes here. I should be, or you know what I mean. So I do it a lot in track, because every on track you see that clock every 400 meters. So with cross country though, it's a little bit more difficult because you're just on dirt paths. So usually, I checked my watch. So when I saw that first mile was fast, I was like, okay, well, I can still slow down maybe 10 or 15 seconds in the second mile, and still be able to make it and even it out and average it out on the third mile. So I was thinking about that actually.
Okay, all this school talk has prompted me to ask a question. How do you balance all of this with setting records, being a senior, being the leader of the team, being the face of the Roadrunners cross country ladies team, just got married. What about school? How do you balance it all? Where does school fit in? It obviously has to fit in very high with the GPA. How do you do it all?
School's number one, always. So, even though
Before your husband? No. Oh my gosh.
No, but he understands. If I'm like, hey, I'm going to be at school for this time to this time, like, he understands. So that's been really helpful, is that he understands that I'm going to spend a lot of time right now on school and running, And so him being understandable has been a huge help to me. So I don't have to worry about, upsetting him or anything. But just all the resources we have on campus have helped to, just having places to study. There's a math major study room. We have the Kegley now, So the girls ask me, Angel, how do you do it? How do you have such a good GPA? Like, what do I do? And I'm like, honestly, I don't go home until my homework is done. Because when you go home, you want to relax, you want to spend time with your boyfriend or your friends, your husband. And so I like to keep home like my place of rest, and school is where I get all my work done.
She's Angel Valdez. She's having her best season. She's also our leader, and we're so very proud. Thank you so much for being with us. It means a lot to all of us to have you here. Keep her on the lookout, and for you math teachers that have educated her all the way up to her senior year at CSUB, you've done a fantastic job. All right, Angel, thanks so much. We're going to wrap up the final part of our show with some insight on what's happening with our upcoming events. It's another very busy week for the Roadrunner teams. Men's soccer at Cal Poly on Saturday. Women's soccer travels to UOP Friday and hosts Riverside at the main soccer field this Sunday at 6 p.m. The women's volleyball team opens WAC play at Chicago State on Thursday and then takes on UMKC in Kansas City on Saturday morning. That is a busy, busy rundown. Hope you've enjoyed this show 3 of the 2017 season. For Angel, I'm Vance. For everybody that's been involved here, a quick programming note. We're going to take next week off. There is a ton going on next week, so we're going to take that off, compile a big show, and be back on October 3rd. So have a great couple of weeks. We'll see you in 2 weeks on October 3rd. Bye, everybody.